We putting work, turning nothing into something. They feelings hurt, we turning nothing into something. Give a fuck if they don't like me, cause all this bread I count excites me. Turning nothing to something, nothing into something, turning nothing into something.
City boy music, AK it ain't what you know, it's who you know. They acting like they like me, I know they don't like me. Money over everything, tell them haters bite me. Me without no cash, that is unlike me. Ain't looking what you're looking at, man, cause you ain't like me. Now watch me do it, watch me do it. You ain't like me, you ain't got no cash, you ain't like me, you ain't got no sweat, you ain't like me. I heard you doing bad, you ain't like me. Now watch me do it, watch me do it, watch me do it. I heard these niggas talking about the bread, I'm getting to it. Nike check, pussy shorty told me just do it. Go ahead on the
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? What is going on? And welcome to Blunt Thoughts Live. What the hell is this? Episode 60, if I'm not mistaken. I just figured we'd have a little fun tonight, man. Have a little fun tonight. Talk about the rumors going on, whether it's Edwin Diaz, whether it's trade for Skubal, trade for Joe Ryan, Byron Buxton, Louise Robert, and all that good stuff. But I'll say one thing: this is shaping up to be was looking like the type of winter meetings that we've been asking for and begging for and yearning for the last few seasons, right? Where it's been a little underwhelming. It's a little underwhelming, but if you pay attention to all the rumors going on, and if the rumors going around are any indication, and already some of the moves that have been made, whether it be some signings or trades, then there's reason to believe that it should be a busy one. And let's hope, we can only hope. Let's hope. All we could do is hope that the New York Mets are involved in some of the action that we hope to see this winter meetings. And again, if you pay attention to what's going on, you could think that they probably are. Listen, I'm not here to make any predictions or anything like that, but we will talk about some of the stuff that we hear. And listen, every day it seems to change, right? Every day it seems to change. Now, listen, the first thing is just to touch base. I think last time we were together, it was to react to the Devin Williams signing. And I gotta be honest, man. That my reaction first in a post that I wrote in writing caused a reaction that I understand. I really do, but it's not what I was looking for. And I get it, man. So, you put stuff out there. Like I said, you're going to get a reaction. I put something out there to the effect of, what the hell are we doing or something like that. I should probably look for it. And I said, we're the Milwaukee Mets. Now, I say that playfully, right? And I say that for a few reasons, right? Yeah, we just signed Devin Williams, the former closer of the Milwaukee Brewers, who passed through the Yankees for a season and all that good stuff, right? But we've also seen David Stearns bring people even in the front office and stuff like that are former Milwaukee Brewers, right? That have some kind of connection to the Milwaukee Brewers. So in many ways, we're going to be the Milwaukee Mets. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Now, no, when we think Milwaukee, we think, small market, mid-market, low budget, and all that good stuff. And shout out to everybody joining, man. And make sure we share this and we get other people up in here. Let's double the 46 that we got in here right now quick. And let's see if we can get 2, 3, 4, 500 people up in here. Man, let's go for 1,000 tonight on a Friday night. I know that's a lot to ask for a Friday night. People got stuff to do, happy hour, all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure there's Christmas parties and all that. I mean, I don't know if you have Christmas parties on a Friday night. Maybe you do. It's probably the best night to have a Christmas party. Who the hell knows? Let's see. when I was doing corporate, when did we have our Christmas parties? I don't know if we ever had it on a Friday night. But anyways, nonetheless, make sure you share it to the haters, to the people that like support. Doesn't matter. Nonetheless, let's get them all up in here. Anyways, but the Milwaukee Mets, and again, that causes a reaction, and people always got something to say. But I also got to be honest, and I said this in a follow up video that I did, where I gave my full reaction to it. But of course, the thousands of people that see the post and want to react and have their smart aleck comments, they won't go and watch the video, right, to get the full feel. And maybe it's like you're doing the post for clicks, and that's what. Hey, look, whatever. But like I said, I woke up to the news that the Mets had signed Devin Williams after falling asleep not long. And yeah, I'm an old man, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be up super early. And I lay down, I'm knocking the hell out. But anyways, I had read earlier in the day, I think it was Anthony DeComo who said the LA Dodgers are the favorites to sign Edwin Diaz, right? So that's what's in my head. That's what I'm having nightmares of or dreams of, which I wasn't. But you know what I'm saying? That's what's already planted in my head. And then I wake up, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the lighting. I know the lighting is terrible right now, but I'm using the lights for something else right now, and I don't want to do them back and forth. But that's what's in my head. Oh, we're going to lose Diaz to the Dodgers. And then I wake up to we sign Devin Williams. So, yeah, I have a little bit of a negative reaction to it. Yeah, I have a little bit of recency bias to it, right? Yeah, the first thoughts is we kicked his ass in the playoffs, or Pete kicked his ass in the playoffs, right? We saw him struggle for the most part of last season, or for the early part of last season with the Yankees, lose the closer job, get it back, lose it again, do well as a setup guy, then did well in the playoffs. But in the heat of the moment, I'm just thinking of the negative. And the negative is we're losing an Edwin Diaz who we've all grown to love, right? Whom we have to be fair. At one point, we wondered, is Edwin Diaz a New York type of guy, right? Is he going to be able to succeed here? We did wonder that. Sometimes we forget these things, right? So when you look at Devin Williams and you say, well, he struggled with the Yankees, can he perform in New York? Is it too early to come to that conclusion? I think it's fair to say that. Then you go and you look at his track record and you look at his numbers, and I don't have them right here. I always do this. I got a whole bunch of crap here that I may or may not go to, but I don't have that. When you go and you look at the numbers, man, the guy's been a pretty damn good pitcher. Low 2 ERA, I believe, over his career. Under 2 ERA a couple of times. Come on. But still, I still have to wait and see what happens with Edwin Diaz. And we know the follow-up reports that the Mets are still interested in bringing Edwin Diaz back, and so on and so forth. I'll believe it when I see it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll believe it when I see it. Let me tell you something right now. I don't know how this is going to land. I don't even know how to express this thought. But it is something that we may touch on throughout the night. It's something we may touch on throughout the night, right? MLB baseball. Shout out to my homie Petey, man, doing a drive-by. You damn right. I sure hope that freaking Stearns gets it right. MLB baseball offices, right? And probably 26 of the 30 major league teams are ecstatic that David Stearns is the president of the New York Mets. Right now, it appears there's no better luxury tax that the league can impose on the New York Mets than the luxury than having David Stearns himself and his frugal ways running the New York Mets. Well, we thought we're gonna have this owner who's gonna come here and for those that are old enough or whatever, for those that was a thing, was gonna be the new age George Steinbrenner and was gonna throw money all over the place and was gonna sign every free agent possible, right? And it looked like that might be the case for a couple of years. And I'm not saying that this is not going to be the case. I'm not saying that we're not going to go after guys out there. But there's always going to be this limit. There's always going to be this, what do you call it? This line that we're not going to cross, right? It's been the theme since this guy took over, when we've been talking about they're going to set a value. They're going to set their standards, whatever the case may be, their parameters as to the kind of contracts that they're going to want to give out. And there may be their times where they may be willing to go over that a little bit, but more often than not, they're not going to. I've talked about a lot about you hire someone, right? And you hire someone like David Stearns, you're going to want to let them go out there and do their job, right? That's what you hired them for. That's what you hired them for. I said in the beginning of this offseason, who we're going to find out, does David Stearns have the autonomy that someone in his position should have to a certain extent, right? We're going to find out. We're going to find out in his Edwin Diaz negotiation. And if he actually does join Devin Williams so that Devin Williams becomes a setup man and we really have this super back end of a bullpen, and we'll see what else follows. But you have those two guys at the back end of your bullpen, it elevates everyone else. It elevates everyone else, right? And you still have AJ Minter hopefully coming back. You have Brooks Raley, right? You have guys there. But you have those two guys, it elevates everybody. You don't have Diaz, it brings everybody down, because now you got to bring those guys up to positions that you probably don't want to have them in. You understand? But here's the thing. And I got to be honest, I saw a report today where they're saying that Edwin Diaz is going to go late into the offseason. Shout out to my guy, Joe and Clark, who's probably not watching this. But I had a conversation with him soon after Devin Williams, and I was like, yo, I would expect Edwin Diaz to be signed by the end of this week, but no longer than the winter meetings. I would expect that to move quick, his market, right? And then you see, I forget that happened before or after, but Riser Iglesias was gone. I think there was another closer that just signed recently. Who's the guy that went back to Cincinnati? I think it was, right? There was another guy. I think he went back to Cincinnati. So these guys are being taken away. If you're out there looking for a closer, and I wouldn't have a problem giving Edwin Diaz 4 years, maybe even 5. I really wouldn't. But I'm crazy, right? I'm crazy. I'm not out here trying to get ultimate value out of every deal. While at the same time, I said it the other day when I did that Devin Williams video, I think it was, or live. I don't even remember if that was live or not. But I said it before, being bluntly honest, because this is what we do here, blunt thought. I struggle, right? Because for years, I wasn't the only one. Many of you out there, we talked about wanting a well-run organization, right? We talked about an organization that knew what the hell they was doing. Now, we may or may not agree with what this guy is doing and how he's doing it, but a lot of the practices are solid. They're sound. I understand not wanting to give players, pitchers, or whatever of a certain age, a certain length of contract. I get it. I've always been of that thought. I've said it a million times. 26 and over, I want nothing to do with 10-year deals. If you're a precision player, 7 years tops. If you're a pitcher, 5 years tops, starting pitcher. That's always been my thought for years before all of this nonsense. So I get it. I understand David Stearns. There's a lot of these guys. I wouldn't want to give Dennis Cease that contract. Golly, with this goddamn phone. I wouldn't want to give Dennis Cease that contract. You know what I mean? So, like, I get it. I get it. I really do. Give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't take this. There we go. Some of that is you guys. Some of that is text. Appreciate it. You know, notifications. Again, come on, let's go. We doubled the 40-something. Now let's double the 90 plus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get over 100. Gotta hit at least 500 tonight live. What's up? I know it's Friday night. It's Friday night. We're asking for too much. But bluntly speaking, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I struggle. I struggle with always not wanting that. And then seeing players out there and saying, to hell with that. We're the New York Mets now, owned by Steve Cohen. We have the ability to do this now. Let's do it. Let's take some chances. And we get to this is the offseason where we're going to find out. This is a pivotal offseason for David Stearns, ladies and gentlemen. And you see what we used to start the show here, right? The new Mets. It's the new Mets. How new we're going to be, we're going to find out. But it's the new Mets. We may have a new closer. We got rid of our longest tenured, homegrown Brandon Nimmo. Trying to change the chemistry or whatever in the clubhouse. We want to buy into that. But we're going to be the new Mets. Quays wants to leave that up all night. Let's go, bro. Wake the hell up. Nah, shout out to the homie Quays, man. Shout out to the homie Quays. Possibly let Peter Alonso go. Possibly traded Jeff McNeil. But we're going to have the new Mets. Now, the question is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Here in Blunt Thoughts, we're nothing but honest. Even if some people want to say we're disingenuous and all of this nonsense. We're honest. Wear our emotions on our sleeves. So is it a good thing? I thought I silenced that. What the hell? Is it a good thing or a bad thing that we may have the new Mets? Well, if we're honest, how long have we been talking about maybe needing to change this core? Right? How long have we talked about maybe needing to change the core? So if we're honest, that's kind of what's happening. How much we're going to change the core, it remains to be seen. But you remove the Brandon Nimmo, if you let a Peter Alonso walk, that's a big shift. That's a big shift. Now the core is totally shifted towards Lindor and Soto. They're the lead of the core, and then whoever one of these young guys steps up, Alvi, Beatty, Mauricio, Vientos, and grows into being part of that core with any of the other guys that come up, and maybe someone else you bring in, right? And the other free agent you bring in. Any other trade that you may make. And you know how we do here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Blunt Thoughts. We're all over the damn place. Right? We set up outlines or whatever. We do the show 100 times in our head, maybe while we shower or while we drive. And then we turn the mic on and we just run all over the place. But like I said, this should be a much more exciting, a much more energetic winter meetings than these first 20 minutes that I've given you. Where's the energy, Hector? Where the hell's the energy? Where's the energy? Well, excuse me if I don't get excited for rumors about trades that are probably not going to happen. Because like I said, one day a Joe Ryan is available. The next day, Minnesota says, we're not trading anybody of our stars. We're trying to build around these guys. So to hell with your trade request for a Joe Ryan, a Pablo Lopez, a Byron Buxton. And I say to that, thank you, because I don't want no damn Byron Buxton, if I'm totally honest with you guys. I'm sorry. We just got rid of a guy that we're talking about, oh, he's going to break down. It's a terrible contract. And I know Byron Buxton has a friendly contract. I get it. I know. I think he may or may not be younger. But this dude, people are excited because he just played, I think it was 130 games last year. Let me see. Can we get that? Let me look that up. I think this dude barely played 130 games last year, man. Give me a break. Might have been his most in who knows how long. Am I going to get excited about bringing him here? Now, he's a talented player. Extremely talented. But you got to be on the field. As my guy Bar Scott used to say all the time when he was on the Fan, and still says it, your best ability is availability. Best ability is availability. This guy is barely available. So Byron Buxton here we go. I mean, this motherfucker hit 35 home runs. 35 home runs in 2025. 878 OPS. 83 RBIs. 488 at bats, though. Where the hell's the games? Come on. 126 games. 126 games. This dude has played over 100 games 3 times. 3 times this guy's played over 100 games. The most he's ever played is 140 games. I'm sorry, not sorry, if I don't get excited for Byron Buxton. I'm a Met fan. I can't help but think this guy's going to come up here and he'll finally turn Ryan more than he already was. And we'll get more of the 61, 92, 85 games that he played the 3 years before 24. When 24, he played 102 games. Yeah, I'm good on Byron Buxton. Now, before I say this, let me say what's up to the chat, man. Let me see who's in here. Because I know I need shout out to my homie Jonathan. Yo, Jonathan, man, I appreciate you, my brother. I don't know if you're still in here for this. I don't know if you're going to be still in here for this because you was probably doing a drive-by too. And this was at 7:20. It's now 7:29. And you, ladies and gentlemen, know I'm a little bit late with the chat, right? But I appreciate, you see how he says here, what's up, brother, just checking in. I don't really know Jonathan except for social media, right? X. Never met him or anything like that. Full disclosure, yours truly hasn't been having a great time mentally lately, right? Been going through it. You know, for many reasons. This brother constantly out of nowhere will pop in and be like, yo, bro, how you doing? Just saying how you do, blah, 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 whatever. Just quick bullshit, small talk, right? When men may be tough. Fuck that bullshit. That shit means a lot. So I appreciate you, brother. Straight up. And I've told you that through the DMs, but I don't give a fuck. Blunt Thoughts says this shit in public too. Anyways, where the hell were we? Oh, I was gonna say what's up to the people because I want to see who's here. I want to see who's here, right? Because I expect some pushback on this for sure. And I'm really looking for somebody like M Easy. Um, you know, the guys that like to push back. Or anybody. Or anybody. But let's see, man. Shout out to Lazy Mary. I don't know if you come in often, but good to see you, man. Good to see you. This was funny though. This is funny. You said it, not me, though. You said it, not me. But listen, we do what we do, man. We do what we do. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Even when we don't go head to head, I consistently get more viewers than that dude. Consistently. That's probably why he's so pissed. And I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. But I'm not going to either deny or confirm this comment here. But let's double these 117 viewers that we got right here, man. Send it to your uncle, your cousin, your aunt, your grandfather, your grandmother, your nephews, your nieces, your unborns, your enemies, and tell them put this dope on. Just put this dope on real quick. See what kind of crazy shit he says tonight. Because it's Friday night. He's liable to say some crazy shit. Matter of fact, it's Friday night. So let me apologize to the nieces and nephews, man, because we may have to light some up. Anyways, here we go. Heck, you're getting out of control. You probably need to shut this down quick. But we ain't going to be here too long, but we'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. Yes, we are. Ortiz, what's going on, my guy? Cruz, dime a ver, ¿qué es lo que, manito? The homie Lisa. What's going on, homie? Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? The Milwaukee Mets. It's called humor. You already know, Lisa. You already. yo. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm super late with the chat. But just saying what's up right now. Fuck the Mets. You sound like me, my guy. That's me. You sound like me. Come on, man. Pete bent the airbender. You damn right he did. You damn right he did. You damn right. Let's see. Anybody else we haven't seen? All right. So here it goes. This is my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been looking. You know, you hear the names, whatever, so you go look. Can somebody tell me how? Let's see here. We may or may not show some stuff here, but I just want to have it ready. How someone with a high 3 ERA, who's had a couple of 4 ERAs mixed in there. A 4.5 ERA, 3.55 ERA, 4.51 ERA, 3.60 ERA, 3.42 ERA. How can that be considered a surefire ace? Who you talking about, Hector? I'm talking about Joe Ryan. I've been trying to look underlying numbers, all kinds of nonsense. I don't see it. I just don't. I see the appeal to David Stearns probably under control for 2 years, including this season coming up. Right? Not making much money. Project, you could say. A good project. You know what I'm saying? You could say no risk, a lot of reward. But to act like this guy is going to come in and he's your first surefire number one. Help me out here, ladies and gentlemen. Help me out. Help my ignorant ass out. Because I just don't see it. Not the numbers that I'm looking at. Is that someone that you want to go out there and trade a Jonathan I think there was a trade put out there. I forget what it was, and it included Buxton, but it was like Jonathan, Santucci, Jet Williams. Um, I forget who else. And there was some pushback, like there always is. And then there's pushback, and they say, "Ah, you prospect huggers. Oh, man, fans want to go out there and get an ace. My fans want to make trades, but when a trade comes up, they don't want to give up any other prospects." And I get it. And you guys know my model. Prospects turn to suspects. I trade all of them, except the ones that you kind of see, like a Nolan McLean. And I'm like, I'm not trading that guy for nobody, not even a Skubal. Straight up. I'm not trading Nolan McLean for nobody. And I think David Stearns feel the same way. I think David Stearns is not trying to trade any of them guys that we saw last year, to be honest with you, if he doesn't have to. He keeps telling us how we have to build this pitching from within. My guy Junior says Joe Ryan is a 3 at best. Come on. So that's what we're going to trade the farm for? Screw that. Screw that. I'd rather take my chances with Framber Valdez. As a free agent, that's only money. It's only money. Now, we could debate how many years you want to give him. And even the money. I've always said I don't give a damn about the money. To me, it's about the years. And honestly, a Framber Valdez, I wouldn't want to give him no more than like 5 years. So what you see out there, what was it, Hector Gomez? Anybody remembers what the Hector Gomez rumor deal was when the Mets were favorites? And I actually saw somebody today try to give him credit because, again, who was it? Mark Feinstein, who puts out a report out there today talking about the Mets and the Orioles are favorite to sign Framber Valdez. Why? Why, Mark? Why would you say the Mets are favorite to sign Framber Valdez? Oh, because both front offices have links. Because both front offices have people from the Astros that are linked to Framber Valdez that were there when Framber was either traded or while he was there at some point or another. I can say that, man. You can say that. That's what I'm talking about. Some of these reports, some of these nonsense, some of these rumors. Oh, well, this guy's working here. And listen, it's an easy conclusion to make. A lot of times you do see that. Front offices, managers, or whatever, move from team to team. They bring guys over. And this happens in every sport, right? They bring guys over from their previous stops for many reasons. For the talent, sometimes to be that clubhouse guy they may need. Somebody that knows how they do things and so on and so forth, right? To help them spread their message inside the team. Milwaukee Mets. So it's easy for Mark Feinstein to say that. Give me something concrete. But that gets people excited. I've said it. I wouldn't mind a Framber Valdez. Again, I don't want to give him 7 years. I don't want to give him 7 years. I give him 5. And there's a connection there, no? There's a connection there with Framber and David Stearns. To be honest with you guys, when we talk about these trades and stuff, and we talk about a connection, and we talk about what David Stearns is into, which is value, right? David Stearns is all about getting the maximum value in the least amount of time. I see if Milwaukee is stupid enough to do this, a trade for Freddie Peralta happening easier than any of these other things. That is right along David Stearns' line. What is he getting? $8 million for 1 year? Right, so he's under control. He becomes a free agent after this year, so he could let him go. I could see him bringing in a Freddie Peralta, and that's the kind of guy that he would actually have an extension with, because he could probably sign him to a reasonable contract. Those are the kind of moves he's trying to make. When we talk about Edwin Diaz, when we get back to that, as we jump all over the place. Yeah, the Mets are still interested in bringing Edwin Diaz back. If they could get him for 2 years, I'm exaggerating. If we could get him for 3 years, if we get Edwin Diaz for 3 years, you'll bring him back. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? When we're here being bluntly honest again, there was a time where we thought Edwin Diaz was not going to be good for New York. And he turned that around to the point that now we're upset if he walks away. When you look at his numbers, you could almost argue that Devin Williams has been a little bit more consistent than he has. There's 3 ERA, under 2 ERA. But I don't care. I don't care. I want Edwin Diaz back. I want Edwin Diaz back. I agree, Christian. Shout out to the homie Christian. That might be your left fielder next year for the New York Mets. You can go get him. And he might be at the value that David Stearns wants. No offense to my guy Christian, but you know. So we'll see what happens with Edwin Diaz. I want him back. Best closer in the game. Agreed. Hey, give him some deferred money. Make it a front-loaded contract. So in those last 2 years, it's not so much of a burden. But I think you get at least 3 good years at an elite level as a closer from Edwin Diaz. So the 4th and 5th, maybe he's your setup guy. I'm good with that. Mess around, you get a World Series or 2 out of that contract. Obviously, he won't be solely responsible for it, but yo, you got Juan Soto, and I know it's a 15-year deal, but there's still a 5-year opt-out. There's still a 5-year opt-out. If he does well, and this team ain't really winning and hasn't won, and we get nuts as fans, he might say, I'm getting the hell out of here. Screw these psychos. The time is now. We're in some kind of rebuild, but it has to be a rebuild that's geared towards winning. Now. We've also heard recently the Skubal trade rumors get revived. We've heard a lot of noise. The Luis Robert trade rumors got revived, but the Tyreek Skubal trade rumors have been revived. And again, it depends on what day it is. Last thing you hear is that the Tigers may be open, that they're listening. They're not actively trying to trade him. They don't want to trade him, but they're listening. You hear everybody talk about you can't be stupid enough to hold on to this guy and then let him walk away in free agency. This is probably the highest value that you could get for him is now at this point in the season or in the offseason, rather than waiting to the trade deadline where maybe you're a little bit more desperate than the teams that are trying to get him, where it's for less time. I said it before. Now that's one guy that to a certain extent you empty the farm for, right? The other guy being Paul Skeens, and that guy you empty the entire farm because you would have, I think it's 4 more years of control with Paul Skeens. With Skubal, we know he's a free agent after next year. And yes, we've talked about it. If you make a trade for Tyreek Skubal, you would ask for a window before the trade is made final to try to get an extension. Does that mean that is the end all be all to the trade? If you can't get an extension, you don't make the trade? It depends. But of course, the price is going to vary on that, right? If you're able to make the extension, then you may be willing to pay a higher price. If you're not able to get an extension, but you can still make the trade, then you pay a lower price. Are the Tigers going to take it? I don't know. We'll see. But I'll say what I say before. Obviously, if you're David Stearns, you continue to check in and continue to check in to the point you become annoying. And if you're good enough, you make it to the point where Detroit believes that they've been calling you the whole time. And they're the ones looking to trade you Tyreek Skubal. But if that dude gets traded, it better be to the New York Mets. Now, you got a whole bunch of people out here that know a lot more than I do. And I'm talking about credible reporters who say the Mets are the best trade partner for the Detroit Tigers when it comes to Skubal. We'll see. I haven't checked recently. Depending on who you listen to, the Mets have, I'm going to say, the top 3 farm in the game. Junior says Andy Martino doesn't count. Again, do you deplete that farm system all in one trade? How good is your farm system if all it takes to deplete it is one trade? Then it wasn't that good to begin with, I would say. See, other teams make all these trades all the time, and their farm system is still going strong. But we're going to see. It should be a fun week. It should be a fun winter meetings. It should be a fun winter meetings. Shout out to you, ladies and gentlemen. Just because Lazy Mary mentioned it. And we're not confirming any of it. But just a quick glance here. And there's a few, what do you call it? It's a couple of streams going on talking Mets. And we lead the way in viewership right now. Now it's an intimate gathering, over 140 plus of you beautiful people. Let's see if we could double that up. You're not sending, that's you guys. You're not sending it out enough. Send it to your enemies, man. Send it to your enemies. The haters will come on. Woo! Anyways, let's see what we got here. What else we got here? What other nonsense we want to talk about here tonight, ladies and gentlemen? As we just put together quickly, we put this together quickly. But like I said, I could see a trade for Freddie Peralta just because it fits along the lines of what David Stearns likes. There's a connection with Framber Valdez, like I said. We want to talk about the leaders in the clubhouse. That's the only reason why. The Mets and the Orioles, according to Mark Feinstein. The other hot rumor you've heard, ladies and gentlemen. The other hot rumor you've heard lately. I don't know what the hell's going on with Kweisi, ladies and gentlemen. But all I see this motherfucker in the back behind the scenes is just cracking the hell up. And it ain't for me. I don't know what the hell he's doing back there. But he's having a whole lot of fun. I have to go join this party when we're done with this one. But the other hot rumor is that the Mets are hot after Kyle Shwarber. The Mets are hot after Kyle Shwarber. And even if they don't end up with Kyle Shwarber, You guys are hilarious. Ortiz says he doesn't have enemies. And Junior says he sent the link to Sandy Alderson. Good job, Ortiz. No enemies. Excuse me. Sorry. I apologize for that. Where the hell were we? Kyle Shwarber. The Mets are hot after Kyle Shwarber. And even if they don't get him, they wouldn't mind driving up the price for the Phillies. Yeah, I guess it's a good game to play. Now, maybe about 3-4 years ago, I would have said hell no to Kyle Schwarber. I couldn't stand Kyle Schwarber. True, here we go with this tongue twister. A true 3 true outcome guy, Kyle Schwarber. Home run, strikeout, or walk. But I have to admit, the last couple of years, he's gotten a lot better. He's actually become a little bit of a hitter. As the average has gone up. Yo, Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. As Eddie has officially ditched me, ladies and gentlemen. He said, fuck you and your Mets talk unfiltered bullshit. I'm going to do my own thing, man. I'm going to do Mets Addiction. He had his first edition of the Mets Addiction last night. Did a hell of a job. Shout out to my guy, Eddie. And Eddie's a big Schwarber fan. Eddie's a big Schwarber guy for a few years. Eddie and I have had the conversation about Schwarber for a few years. When I hated Kyle Schwarber, he was loving him. My guy Junior chimes in and says Bellinger makes a lot more sense for the Mets than Kyle Schwarber. Now, obviously, that's because of the versatility and all that. And I got to be honest. I'm not too excited about Bellinger. There's another guy that's been up and down. Goes to fucking Little League Park, Yankee Stadium, and has himself a good year. I don't know. Lefty, short porch. But I get it. Could play all 3 outfield positions. Could play first base. I'm not going to be like, oh, my God. Can't believe we signed Bellinger. No, it's cool. I still want Pete back. Especially if you bring in Bellinger. You need a righty bat. Bring in Pete. Pete could play some DH. Bellinger plays some first base when Pete doesn't DH. When Pete plays first base, you throw Bellinger in the outfield. Cindy, where you been at, Cindy? No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Cindy's one of the good ones. Appreciate you. So we'll see. Kyle Schwarber. Pete Alonso, same thing. Are the Boston Red Sox hot after Pete Alonso? Is Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber, the holy crap. Shout out to the Knicks, up 23-0 on Utah right now. With 5:38. Holy smokes. 5:38 left in the first quarter. It is 23-0, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the New York Knicks. New York Knicks got to win me back, damn it. You're paying attention to these bums. Anyways, where the hell were we? Boston Red Sox, the leader in the clubhouse, or their priority is either or Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso? Are we to believe that? Then if you want to get crazy with that, oh my God, Pete's wife went to school or is from Boston or something like that. Ah, boo. They're about to get their first free. Oh, yeah, this guy. And one. 23-2. I jinxed it, of course. As soon as I start paying attention for real. They get a weird and one. Guy hits a little jumper. Anyways. But here's the thing. Again, MLB front office. MLB offices, probably 26, 27 front offices throughout the league and ownerships are ecstatic that David Stearns is a luxury tax of his own to the New York Mets with his frugal tendencies. I also think David Stearns has destroyed Peter Alonso's market with his refusal to even offer the guy a fair deal. And don't tell me they've made offers. Where's the damn offer? If you can't tell me the offer, don't tell me there's been offers. And don't talk to me about the damn offer in 2023. The only offer we heard was the 3 years that was rumored last offseason, and then P signs for that 2-year deal that he signed. Where's the offer this year? So, of course, other teams are reluctant to offer anything more. So somebody today say, well, if Pete Alonso had a 5-year offer, he would have been signed it already. Why? If his really, truly, true desire is to be a New York Met. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that. But what if he really wants to be a Met and they're just holding out hope beyond hope that David Stearns is going to finally step up and make the trade? I mean, make the trade and make the offer that he's looking for of at least 5 years. But no offer, low ball offers. How's he supposed to create a market? Behind the scenes, dragging him through the mud, basically. And I shouldn't say that. Let me not say dragging him through the mud, but you know what I'm saying. Just downplaying this guy. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Excuse me. Holy crap. My gut feeling is that Peter Alonso and Edwin Diaz won't be Mets. That's my gut feeling right now. Peter Alonso and Edwin Diaz will not be New York Mets. Yo, Ant, what's going on, Ant? I hate that podcast. I don't think they're going to be Mets. And Eddie says Diaz is gone. And I agree with that because I think Diaz is definitely going to get an offer he's going to like. And unless David Stearns steps up and matches it, he's going to walk. And I say David Stearns because what did we say in the beginning? We're here trying to find out about the autonomy. Now, you hear reports that Steve Cohen is going to let David Stearns do his thing. And to be honest, that's how it should be. I've talked about it before. Some people are in denial about it. Some people don't want to believe it. No, whatever. Also, every good move is Steve Cohen. Every bad move is David Stearns. No. What we're saying is, if it was up to David Stearns, yes, he wants to bring Pete Alonso back at the absolute lowest possible deal that he could bring him back. And if he would have been left to his devices last year, Pete Alonso wouldn't have came back last year. Not even on that 2-year deal. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Pete Alonso came back last season because Steve Cohen stepped up and said, yo, we're going to do this. If it's up to David Stearns, that deal's not done. You don't tell me, oh, well, the owner has to always get involved in big deals. When I say that, and then I follow up by saying, if it was up to David Stearns, I don't believe we have Juan Soto. It sure as hell wouldn't have been for that deal. And maybe Steve Cohen should have left David Stearns to make the deal on his own. And maybe we would have got a better deal than that stupid-ass 15-year deal that we got. Because I love the player, but I hate the deal. And again, I don't give a damn what anybody says. But that deal's done because Steve Cohen says, no, we're going to make this deal. I'm going to give him this, and that on top of the money. And then you figure it out. You figure out all the language and the bonuses and incentives and all of that nonsense. right? So if we believe that this year David Stearns is actually going to step back and Steve Cohen is going to step back and let Stearns do his thing. Is Pete Alonso going to be the guy where David Stearns finally says, you know what, I'm going to give in and come out of my comfort zone for this because he's a homegrown guy and this and that, and I'm going to give him a deal that I wouldn't want to do? Is anybody having problems with the stream where you have to close it and reopen it? Is it cutting out on you guys? Somebody just said they're having an issue. Let me know, please, in the comments if you are. Um, from everything I can see here, everything is fine. Man, we're already approaching an hour. We gotta get out of here soon, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be here all night. It's Friday night. I gotta find something to do. But I don't see those guys coming back. And the only way I see maybe one coming back is, let's say Edwin Diaz signs this weekend. Oh, you pick. Maybe Pete Alonso signs this weekend. And the outcry becomes so loud from fans that Steve Cohen once again says, hey, I know I told you I was going to let you do your thing this offseason, and I wasn't going to step in, and I'm going to let you do things that you saw fit. But nah, buddy, we got to bring this other guy back. Whichever one it is that's still left out of the two. That is the only way I see maybe one of them coming back. And then I'll say to something that I've said before. How long can that happen before the relationship sours between owner and president of baseball operations, David Stearns? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But this is... Ortiz says the internet is good. This is a pivotal offseason for the New York Mets, ladies and gentlemen. That hasn't changed. My guy Anthony says if they don't sign Belly or Tucker, then they'll sign Pete. Oh, I just seen that. Stearns is definitely tearing the fan base apart. That's for sure. Stearns is definitely tearing the fan base apart. You know, you got the people that are gonna blindly support everything he does, and everything he does is great. You're gonna have some of us that are scarred, maybe because we're too old, and we're gonna be skeptical. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, right? At the end of the day, we all want this to end up where, again, I don't know if we'll be doing a kick celebration, but we'll be doing some kind of celebration down at the Canyon of Heroes. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for. And we go back to the beginning. We ourselves had many conversations about whether this core was good enough. So be a little hypocritical now. Got to be honest. And be a little hypocritical now to get upset when the core is shaking up a little bit. But change is tough. Nobody likes change. Change is tough. We get used to things. We don't want to let it go. We don't want to let it go. I'm not sitting here telling you that I want to let P walk. You guys know I don't want to let P walk. I do not want to let P walk. You guys know that. I need P back. I think Pete can be part of a winning team. Pete wasn't the problem last year. You know what's funny? That whenever I said this guy could have been better, the offense could have been better, that guy could have been better, this could have been better, What I always hear. It's the pitching, Hector. What's the pitching, Hector? What's the pitching, Hector? What's the pitching, Hector? Now we get to the offseason. I say, yo, go improve the pitching. Go get me a freaking ace. Bring back Edwin Diaz. Bolster the bullpen. Maybe get another starter, maybe not. Oh, but you can't bring back the same team. But it's the same team. You guys told me it wasn't their fault, that it was the pitching. So what is it? Make up your damn minds. Neither do I. Neither do I. Or Robert. I don't want either one of them dudes. I don't want no Byron Buxton. I don't want no Louis Robert. I don't. Don't. But we're going to find out. It should be a fun weekend. I mean, it should be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week. Yeah, I saw the pressure. Let me ask you guys. Maybe we could bring some of that audio up. And I know exactly what you're talking about, Ortiz. That's why I like you, Ortiz. That's why I like you. You pick up on things. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to see if I can find that here. But let me ask you guys a question. What was your guys' impression? And ladies, apologize. When I say guys, sometimes that's unisex. I don't just mean guys in the male form. Or, you know what? Let me leave that alone. Guys and gals, humans all are all equal out there listening to me. Let me ask you a question. What the fuck was the question? I forgot. What are we talking about here? Devin Williams presser. Did you watch the press conference? Because I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed by this guy. I was like, whatever. But anyways, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can find some audio. Let's see if we can find the audio that I think Ortiz is referring to. Let's see. Here it is. This is the one. This is the one that my guy Ortiz is talking about right here. If I'm not mistaken. This is why Ortiz makes that comment. Let's see if the homie Kweisi is awake. Might be sleeping. But let's see what's up. Here we go. He's awake. Oh, and what did you do? You should have done it. It's your job. You should have done it. Anyways. So they asked him. Hold on, let's look at the question. And again, this comes from SNY's X account. Devin Williams was asked if there were any teams he talked to that would have offered him a guaranteed role as their closer. And here's the answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Obviously, there's a chance you'll be the closer here, depending on what happens with Edwin. Were there any teams you discussed that you just talked to that would have offered you the closer's job guaranteed out of the chute?
I mean, every team I talked to was for the closer role.
Obviously.
What do we make of that? Every team I talked to was for the closer role. What do we make of that? So obviously the Mets talked to him about the closer role as much as they want to put out there that, oh yeah, we're still trying to bring back Edwin Diaz. Now I know you say, well, no, Hector, they told him that if they don't bring Diaz back, then obviously he could be the closer. Of course they talked to him about being a closer. That was the extent of the closer role they talked to him about. I guess again, if any team offers Edwin Diaz more than 3 years, Edwin Diaz will be gone. I promise you that. That's just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my opinion. It's not a prediction. It's not a report or anything of the sorts. Devin Williams asked about why did he see the Mets being a good fit? As we go through a couple of the comments here as we wrap this up. But since my guy Ortiz bring it up, why not? What's up to my guy Daniel Brady Sports, man? Happy Friday, happy hour, baby. How you doing, man? How you doing? Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the 200 plus of you beautiful people in here, man. Quays, what I tell you, my guy? What I tell you, Quays? What I tell you, Quays? Fuck I tell you, man. Allow me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me a moment.
Just gonna have to like me. Label me a city boy, playing with your kitty boy. She love my teeth chain, so she showing me them titties boy.
Anyway,
I got kicks
shout
like
out to
cities.
these beautiful people, man. Shout out to you beautiful people. 200 plus. Ain't nothing big. Ain't nothing big for 200 plus. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see if we can find some more Dylan Dennis. Well, we still going to shit? Oh, about why he thought the Mets were a fit. But before that,
Tell them haters bites me. You without no cash, that is unlike me. Looking what you looking ass, man, cause you ain't like me. Now watch me do it, watch me do it. You ain't like me, you ain't got no cash, You ain't like me, you ain't got no sweat.
anyways, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. This dude's always shooting at me. Always shooting at me. You promote your whiskey and whatever the hell you call it, and you barely got 100 views, my guy. I decided to do this in the last 2 hours. I get more views than you every fucking time. And that's why you upset, chump. That's why you upset. That's why you upset. Yeah, that's why we here, Lazy Mary. I hope you still here to answer your question. Yeah, that's why we here. You damn right. You damn motherfucking right. Because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. You've been doing this for years. And you mad about me. You mad about me. Because you can't get 100 views. On X. I'm talking about on X. You might get more than me on YouTube, but you want to go at me on X. Those are the people that you after. Well, here we are, head to head. You can't get 100 between your account and your main account, your show's account. Chump. Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Hit me with whatever the hell they want. That's how we feeling. Blunt motherfucking thoughts tonight. And I apologize for the language and for people that don't need to hear this. But everybody needs to hear it. I don't rap, Ken. I don't fucking rap. What's up, Ken? How you doing, my guy? I don't have too much ghetto in me. I am from the fucking ghetto, Ken. I'm going to be me all the time. And I ain't ghetto. I don't know where the hell you from. You keep it real to where you from. I'm going to keep it real to where I'm from. Wash Heights all day, every motherfucking day. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. Straight up. Straight up. And you want to go clip this shit and talk shit? Do it. Oh, look. Look. Look at him acting up. Oh, I got under his skin. Keep writing checks you can't cash. See, eventually in the hood, you got to back your shit up. Eventually, you got to back your shit up. Shout out to the 220 plus of you beautiful people in here. Shout out to the ones that just hopped on. If you don't know what's going on, I apologize. But I really don't. I really don't. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. Devin Williams and why he joined the New York Mets and why he thought our great organization was a fit for him. Let's bring that up. Here we go. What is that? And again, this is courtesy of SNY Mets on X. Here we go.
I don't know, what did you feel made the Mets a good fit for you?
They're a team that wants to win. Steve's doing all he can to put a winning product out on the field, and I'd love to be a part of that.
I don't know, what did you feel?
Team that wants to win, and he brought up Steve. Ken said Cohen sucks as an owner. Come on, Ken. How does Cohen suck as an owner? He's provided the resources that we've always wanted. He's provided the resources we've always wanted. You know what I'm saying? Now he got to have the baseball people do the baseball things. And then when the baseball people do the baseball things, the players on the field got to back it up. They got to produce. No, it's not that, he has money. But what do you want him to do? What do you want his role to be? That's what the owner does. The owner provides the resources. The owner's not supposed to know baseball. The owner's not a scout. The owner's not running the team on a day-to-day basis. What do you want? You want Jerry Jones? Is Jerry Jones a good owner? You know what I'm saying? You want an owner to provide the resources, to hire good people, to put people in position to succeed. In my opinion, he's done that. Has it worked out? No. Did he get the 3 to 5 years that he wanted? No. But you can't say he's been a horrible owner, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. What the hell is the name? Zigzag. Well, listen. Zigzag. I'm going to call you Zigzag, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the thumbs up, share, all that good stuff, man. How about a little subscription? Hal isn't a good owner. Well, you know what, Ortiz? We don't give a damn up in here. That's good. We don't give a damn, right? Let him be a bad owner. We need Steve Cohen to be a good owner. Let's see. Anything else worth listening to from this boy that is Devin Williams? Devin Williams was asked how he approached signing with the Mets, knowing that Edwin Diaz could come back to Queens. Let's see what he had to say about that. There we go.
The Mets have been tied to Edwin Diaz. He's their former closer, free agency. Just what was like your approach to considering the Mets and ultimately deciding to sign with them when Edwin is a free agent and a possibility to again rejoin the Mets?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just a good situation. If he comes back, I think we're gonna have a really good back end of the pen. So more good arms is always a good thing. That's really it.
Yo, I don't know why. This guy reminds me of Top. Shout out to Top Bug Sports. Devin Williams reminds me of Top. Like the way he talks and stuff. And even like I think he has some resemblance to him. I don't know why. Yankee fans are harassing Devin Williams in his DMs. Yeah, listen. That's terrible. I never condone any of that stuff. Triple G chimes in and says Cohen's a great owner. Let's not say great. Say the jury's still out. But so far he's been good. I don't think we can say he's a horrible owner. How's good too is just the fan base made of emotional little brats. Ken says, no way Pete and Edwin are here, and Stearns will sadly be here well longer. We'll see. Lisa says Devin Williams is already pissing her off. Williams will be happy Diaz is gone, says Ken. He's phony as shit. Ken, who do you like, my guy? Who do you like, Ken, besides me? I know you love me, but who do you like? This is going to turn into the Ken and Hector show right now. Who the hell does Ken like? Because Ken hates everything and everybody. Ken hates my Blunt Thoughts t-shirt. Ken hates David Stearns. Ken hates that my guy Eddie curses too much. Ken hates that I played a little rap and had some fun. Who do you like, Ken? Anybody? Anything? On a Friday night, it's got to be something you like. Lindor? You don't like Lindor, Pete, or Diaz? Damn, Ken. And you love Rob. I got you. I understand. You like the Mets. I get it. I get it. You love the Mets. You love the Mets, but you hate things about the Mets. I understand that. Come on, Triple G. Come on, Triple G. We're not if anybody saw that, they saw that. We're not gonna put that on the board. See, Ken, we're having fun. Why you gotta call me an idiot? We're having fun. I know I twisted your words around for fun. I know I did. I know I did. I got you, man. I got you. You love Carson. You love Rob. You can't stand Diaz, Peter Lindor. I got you, man. I got you. No one tells it like you. So you think you're Blunt Thoughts, Ken, huh? You're Blunt Thoughts. I take the title, man. No one tells it like, oh, except for Heck. That is the best thing you said tonight. The conversation's over. Ken, leave on a high note. That's it. Oh, man, y'all. You guys are the best. 241 of you beautiful people in here. The latecomers. I understand it's Friday night, probably just getting into work. Maybe had a couple of drinks or whatever. And now you're like, oh, look at this dope. Let me go have some laughs with this jackass. Well, this jackass is about to get off because it's been an hour and 18 minutes already. No needs to get a PFP. What the fuck is a PFP, Eddie? I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me what it is. And I'm going to be like, oh, what an idiot. PFP. Profile picture? Oh, no need. Well, what is that? What is that in relation to? No needs to get a profile picture. Oh, for me? I don't know. Name one post you've been right about, Ken. What the hell are you talking about? Name all of them. What did on social media? Are you on X, Ken? Are you on X? Yeah, no profile picture for sure. Are you on X, Ken? What post where? Post here? Post on X? What are you talking about? I don't know if you're on X. I don't know. And if you are, I apologize. Thanks for those guys that knew PFP man profile picture. Diarrhea. I forgot who else. I'm slow. Ken says no, fuck social media. Okay, so you talk about everything you're posting here. You listen, the next right thing you post will be your first right thing. The only good thing you posted was that nobody's more blunt than me. Meaning Hector, not you. Anyways, man, listen, enough with the Devin Williams sound bites. Who the hell cares? That guy's boring as hell. That's what I got from him. He's boring, And I hope he's not my closer because I still want Edwin Diaz back. That is the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. We've been hearing all kinds of rumors. Like I said, one day this guy's available, one day he's not available. If a Tyreek Skubal's available, go and get his ass. If a Paul Skeens becomes available, go and get his ass. The Milwaukee Brewers want to trade Freddie Peralta. Not that I consider him a number one ace that's going to come and totally take over our rotation, but go get his ass too. You want to talk to me about Sandy Alcantara? I'll entertain that, although I'm not as gung-ho about him. But I don't think as many of these guys are going to be available as people think, but maybe they are. Maybe they are. Depends on who you listen to. Just before I started this, we're seeing stuff about, oh, man, with all the talk now, there's a lot of trades expected during this winter meetings. All I know. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. And I don't know how you would do a 2-minute warning on Ken, and I don't know how much the viewers would enjoy it, but that would be funny. Ken's a good guy, I think. Anyways. Peralta Valdez, you mean both Triple G or one of the two? I wouldn't mind bringing them both over here. Then that means you probably trade Senga. And you may even try to move somebody else. Maybe a Peterson. Who the hell knows? But shout out to Will Salmon, who I was watching on Baseball Night in New York, and he's right. Part of this, and I've said this a million times, and shout out to Will Salmon. Let's go, homie. Let's go. We need you on Blunt Thoughts. We're working on that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it because we're working on it. It's been communication. But I agree what he said. Part of this rotation being better is Sean Manaea being better. It's Kodai Senga if he's here being better. It's David Peterson being able to stay at the level that he started the season at. And we'll see if Clay Holmes, how he comes back now in his second year as a starter. But it should be fun. It should be fun. And we're going to have a new look. How much of a new look will that be? We'll find out. We'll find out. Is it good or bad? Is it wrong or right? We'll find out. I'm pretty sure we're going to have reactions on either side of every move that's made. That's just nature. That's fandom. We're not going to all always agree. Sometimes we may have an instant reaction that we may have to think about, and then you feel a little bit different about later. That's okay. No matter what some fools try to tell you. On that note, appreciate you guys, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the best. Over 250 of you beautiful people up in here. We accomplished what we wanted to, which is have a little fun, have a little conversation. Oh, man, we got to take this call. I haven't spoken to this person in a while. Yo, Malero, give me a second, my brother. Give me 1 second. All right, don't hang up. Anyways, again, can't fuck with me, dude. That's why you're upset. Blew him out the frame, even in an intimate gathering. But you already know what it is, man. Enjoy your Friday night. Make sure you stay safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And all day, every day, let's go Mets, baby. Peace. We see you Sunday night. Peace.
Full of animals and we made ourselves with minimal. Fuck you, no subliminals. Putting in this work, nigga. That's why they feelings hurt, nigga. Swear we need a hearse cause we rep our shites to the dirt, nigga. If I'm in the club.